We talk about a perfect season. Anyone out there that could be a perfect season this year?
No, I don't think. I think that there's too much depth in Division 4 right now.
Team that could fall off the radar is who?
If you listen to me, you would know I made that answer already.
Yes.
But just to recap, I think the Trap Stars.
I know. I pay attention, GM.
Okay.
We're the 1-2 punch here. We're the Nation Domination.
The Union.
Kama Mustafa and the... Okay, Terry.
Mo claims that in the Nation of Domination, he's the Rock.
I am the Rock.
Absolutely not.
I am definitely the Rock.
More like Ahmad Bradshaw, whatever his name is. Farouk.
Ahmad Bradshaw.
Running back. Okay, anyway. Coming up next year on Nation Domination, we'll look at the 0-2 teams. Which one can have an opportunity to... Oh, we keep it on here, Eagle? Yes. My bad. We'll keep on here. 0-2 teams. We'll look at that right now. Who can make a run? Let's go with Justice League, LDD, Local 89ers, Ballbusters, Southside Ballers, Eskimo Brothers, Longhorns, Whisperers, and Certified Fly Guys.
And Brent Callender has tweeted in this exact topic, as if he's listening and knows the script, which 0-2 team can recover to win their division in D4. So, which 0-2 team, as you were asking, can make a push?
Yeah, Brent Callender on the Jaredtron 3000 giving us his tweet. Okay, Justice League, LDD, and Local 89ers. We'll go with those first three teams, all in the same division.
I think that LDD is the team of those three that is not a new team, that they have a lot of tackle experience. They have experience in FPF as well, and they're surrounded with actual football athletes. So if I had to pick, I would pick them out of those three.
What about Ballbusters?
Ballbusters have a very difficult schedule. I remember discussing with the core of that team, and they said, we have such a hard schedule. And I looked at it at first glance and I said, guys, no, you guys can do so well. And then I with more depth and seeing them at 0-2 right now, they've had a difficult schedule. And not even discounting a shmoney team who are off the radar and unknown. They have a lot of experience. They just really got the short end of the stick right now.
I wonder whose fault that was for the schedule.
Who did Division 4? You. You were there.
I did Division 4. I just posted the schedule up. Southside Ballers, I've seen this team play. I'm not really impressed by them. I think, unfortunately, they have athletes, but not organized at all. 3 wins could be a success for them, and that's the cap I have for them right now.
I wouldn't be able to disagree with you right now. I mean, I've caught a little bit of them, but I don't know enough to really form an opinion. But in a new team in a division this deep right now, there's not a lot of signs for success unless your name is Shmoney.
Eskimo Brothers, granted, Sean Steen out, Mitch Muir out. This team is not the same. It's a shell of what they were back in their championship spring season a couple years ago. I think they will win some games here, but 0-2, 6 wins, I think, is what you're going to need to get into the playoffs in this point.
Yeah, and I think for better or worse, that this is something that they need to focus on. Zach Stachowski at quarterback is definitely where they want to proceed from here on out.
But is he the long-term quarterback solution?
Unless they find someone who is an actual QB, either playing tackle or...
Well, I saw Mir.
Flag QB.
I saw Mir at St. Leo this past week. He had the surgery back in December. He said he's ahead of pace, ahead of the schedule. He could throw by May, and he says if I feel good and the doctors give him the clearance, I could play in the spring season. So he could be back on the radar.
I think that going with Stachowski, having that ability, he stepped in, won a championship for this team when Mitch Moore really struggled. I would honestly proceed with him right now, see what he can do with this team, especially the fact that he doesn't have a lot of weapons at his disposal right now. See what he can do. The addition of Victor Kozlowski as well. Huge. And another possible quarterback.
Yeah,
former John Abbott quarterback.
They're like the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah,
3
has
quarterbacks.
thrown in this league as well. I don't think he's someone who you can necessarily rule out as well.
Longhorns. I saw them play on Sunday. They might be out of their league.
Longhorns, I love them. Everyone loves them. They seem
nice.
to be... Nice is not a nice word. Is not a good word to describe a football
Understatement.
team. It's an understatement. These guys, they play with a lot of heart. I think that they're very much a spring season team. They have their best seasons in the spring. They do well in Division D. And then in Division 4, they sort of
should have been Division 5. I think they would have been a good Div 5
I think
team.
they would have been a very competitive top dog Division 5. And maybe it's testament to how they are. They don't like going in and knowing that they're going to dominate. They would rather struggle and be better because of it. But that's the Longhorns team in a whole.
Quickly here, Certified Fly Guys, Whisperers.
Certified Flag Guys, considering the amount of weapons they have at their disposal, are the bigger disappointment over Whisperers.
They're terrible.
Whisperers, who honestly They're the core of the Buddies, but they have a new quarterback at the helm. I think that they have more room for error than a team like Certified Flag Guys, who played in Division B. Granted, they didn't do very well in Division B, but they've seen those types of defenses. This should be a breeze to them.
Well, there you have it. 0-2 team. Quickly here, Jim, before we go to break. Any of these teams...
There's no break.
Oh, there is no break? We're going straight through here?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the final segment.
Well, okay, before we get to the final segment here, on the Gerontron 3000, any of these teams in this pod can make a run for a playoff spot at 0-2?
Yes.
Okay. 6 wins?
6 wins to make playoffs, I think...
They have to go 6-2 now.
The lowest you can go is 5-5, and that
that's
depends on how
cutting
your
it.
division is built.
All right. Obviously, there is the blackouts coming up here for FPF weekends due to other events at Catalonia and other places to be named.
The Super Bowl as well.
Super Bowl as well. But unlike in years past, we would have the week off, the bye week, essentially a full week to rest and chill out and get back into the full of things here. The mini break, does it come at the right time for the Div 4 games or Div 4 League? Because a lot of games are not going to be played this week or this weekend.
Honestly, I don't think so. I think that teams who've struggled, who are just starting to find their feet, are going to find themselves weaker from it after the break. And the teams who are already strong aren't really going to be affected by the break.
I look at it this way. Sometimes 0-2, if you're an 0-2 team, you can say, well, okay, we're 0-2, maybe a week off gives us time to use a Don Shepard line, go bowling. Maybe they go bowling. No.
And I really like that because it actually sounds like Don Shepard.
Exactly. But I think it comes at the right time for these teams. And they can just refocus. And for the new ones who are now playing Div 4, they can say, all right, look what we've seen so far. What can we do to make our adjustments on offense and defense to become better and be much more competitive? So
I wholeheartedly disagree with you on this.
I think it's perfect for them
I think
now.
that when you're struggling, what you need is more football. You need to be exposed to more football. You need to play it. You need to practice.
Sure,
it.
but you know what?
Maybe
Jim?
this bye week,
man.
maybe this bye week will give them the time to practice. I don't know.
Practice makes perfect, right?
No, perfect practice makes perfect.
All right, Mr.
If you're practicing the same wrong things over, you're just going to be better at doing wrong things.
All right, Mr. Perfect. Your manager, Bobby Heenan, is going to give me the thumbs up. Final 4 picks. Let's go with our final 4 picks, even though there's 2 games to look at this week. The first game involves your team, Crisp.
Which means I'm not going to pick it.
Well, I guess Terry Tab will be picking for you. Please welcome Terry Tab to the show. Yeah, woo! Taking on BMS Goats, Crisp 18.5-point favorites against
Daniel Lazara's lower division team here. Come on into the mic.
Please welcome Terry Tam, who will be up on You'll Never Walk Alone.
I'm going to go Chris, even though they got freaking
Will they
stomped
cover?
this week. Oh, they cover. What's the spread you said?
18.5.
And they're favored?
Yeah. 18.5 points.
I'm going to say yes because I got confidence in my boys.
Because your boys play on the team as well.
Yeah, I got a couple boys in that team.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in the Lazaras.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Mustang.
Thank you for your input, Terry Tam. In all honesty, though, I mean, the Daniel Lazare is coming off a rough win in Division 3 against Pisa's Moose team. I think that this team does lack a little bit of depth compared to his Division 3 Sea Assassins. They're the Sea Assassins 2.0. And Crisp are very much looking to avenge their loss.
Mustangs DG against Certified Fly Guys. I've seen Mustangs play. Not impressed. However, I'm giving them 5.5-point favorites.
I think they're going to win it and beat the spread, considering that Certified Fly Guys, they either have a quarterback who isn't a quarterback or a quarterback fresh from injury who hasn't played in the league for 3 years and hasn't really been at his former spark. So one way or the other, I go with Mustangs to Gridiron.
Okay, there you go. Finally, before you sign off here on Nation Domination, what did you learn on today's episode?
I learned that Terry shouldn't be covering divisions that he doesn't know about, which is why he's in Division 5.
Coming up next, You'll Never Walk Alone with Terry Tam and Moe Khan. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I learned that GM does not like the Trap Stars. You have no faith in them.
You had teams that you had no faith in. I'm not throwing you under the bus.
I have faith in my zoo. They'll come back.
You didn't talk about them at all.
It's okay.
You just didn't want to mention the fact that they lost.
Well, you know what? Funny enough, before we sign off here, Brent Calendar's boys ripped me on Twitter saying, oh, you threw us under the bus, blah, blah, blah. I go, look at your schedule and talk to me after week 6 and see where you're at.
And who do they play in week 6?
Crisp.
Crisp.
They got smoked, 45-20. Anyway, without further ado, Eagle, thank you very much. GM, as always.
Always a pleasure.
We will look forward to conversing again next week. Thanks to all our viewers, listeners, and don't forget, you can tweet at us as well. And send us questions. We'll answer them throughout this season here on Nation Domination. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, whenever you listen to this podcast. We'll see you next time.